Mucklick here, and I make concise, spoiler-free game reviews that help you decide if you want to buy something without spoiling the game for you. This is Sea of Stars, a turn-based JRPG. It is available on PC, PS4 and 5, Xbox One XS, and Nintendo Switch, and is rated E for everyone 10 and up. In full disclosure, I received this game for free as part of my work, but the goal of this review is to determine whether or not this game is worth its $35 price tag for you. The game's setting with no spoilers beyond the tutorial. You take on the role of either Valir or Zale, whichever one you don't pick will follow you. You were both born on a solstice, giving you each an affinity for lunar and solar magic respectively. They train for years to master this magic and to help other solstice warriors protect their realm from external threats, the main of which are referred to as the Dwellers. You are told early on that the Dwellers are almost all gone, but the previous one to be defeated took the lives of many solstice warriors and only a few remain. Your initial task is to train up, gain experience and strength, and to find and defeat the remaining Dwellers. However, the story is more than it initially appears, and many things will change along your journey. The general gameplay. When out of combat, you control your starting character of choice, and any other party members you have follow you around. You can solve puzzles, search for loot, collect ingredients, cook, fish, play wheels, a mini-game if you fancy it, and explore the world. In combat, it is turn-based. When it is your turn, you can choose which of your characters goes. A countdown on the enemy shows how many moves you can do before it is their turn. Occasionally, enemies will begin using stronger attacks. This can be interrupted by hitting them with certain moves of your own to interrupt their concentration, such as sharp and sun attacks from Zale or blunt and moon attacks from Valir. As you get more party members, you can swap them in and out as needed. The game has an additional system where if you click a key, the second an attack hits an enemy, it will critical and do more damage. Or if you click the same key right when you get hit, you will parry and reduce its damage some. As you level and complete parts of the story, you will gain additional party members, learn more attacks, and upgrade your gear. The gameplay has multiple difficulties, so if you do not wish to deal with parry timings, you can play on the story mode and not worry about that. Sea of Stars took me about 25 hours of gameplay for the first playthrough. However, that is the time it took me to defeat the main boss and roll the end credits. After that is a large epilogue of sorts which continues the story and would add even more playtime to your playthrough if you're still enjoying it. Comparisons to other games. The first I have to mention is Chrono Trigger. I have not played it, but dozens of times during my playthrough of this, I had people in my chat screaming, "Oh my god, this is just like Chrono Trigger." In terms of world and combat, it did have some similarities to some other JRPGs I've played in the past, such as Tales of Berseria and Octopath Traveler 2. However, the combat system is definitely unique and stands apart from those. The details. Graphics. The graphics of Sea of Stars go for a cute sprite vibe with fantastic artwork and colorful locations. On occasion, it will cut to cartoon-like cutscenes for various story beats and then transition back into normal gameplay afterward. Sound and music. The sound notifications were on point, which is always needed for a game that tries to add parrying. It definitely was clear when you were successful or not. Blocked. The music was fantastic and occasionally had my entire channel vibing when I was playing it on stream, especially during boss fights or level ups. Controls. Sea of Stars can be played with controller or keyboard. I played it with a keyboard and had no issues. If you have anything you wish to rebind, the game does allow you to do so. Perfect. Saving system. The game has a few autosave points before major events, but primarily uses saving systems you find next to campfires, allowing you to rest up back to full health and mana on everyone and save your game when you reach one. Content creator concerns. None. I streamed my entire playthrough on Twitch and uploaded the entire thing to the Muckluck Plays YouTube channel and did not experience any muted VODs or have any issues with copyright claims. Do I have anything negative to say? I had a completely bug-free experience during my time in Sea of Stars, so no complaints in that department. The only thing that could come close to negative criticism is super low-level mobs attacking you could get annoying in the endgame. Think like in Pokemon after you've beaten all the gyms, but level 1 Pidgeys keep attacking you and you have to go through all the menus to swat them aside. This is only an issue in the super endgame when you backtrack through a few areas you've previously been, but this small annoyance may have prevented me from exploring a bit more than I might have otherwise. Again, this was a small thing and the only negative thing I have to say about this title. Final thoughts. Sea of Stars was a fun game, with engaging combat, combining its turn-based systems with the crit and parry inputs. The graphics were pleasing and the sound design was immersive and enjoyable, but I think what I have to give the highest praise for was the storytelling. Most of my experience with anime or JRPGs had me thinking this would be another game that is won with the power of friendship or the heart of the cards. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, I've just come to expect it, but I was shocked at how deep the story went. There are moments that will make you cheer and moments that will make you cry. Every character has a driving motivation that makes sense and drives the story forward. If you can't already tell, I'm trying really hard to be vague and not ruin it. So I'll put a pin in this topic by simply saying the storytelling was fantastic. Due to those reasons, I have to say that Sea of Stars absolutely felt worth its price. Additionally, if you are an Xbox Game Pass user, it is currently available there at the time of this video's recording. This video was not sponsored, so if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button to help us out with the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to see more of my own playthrough of Sea of Stars, I'll include a link to that playlist from our other channel down below. Subscribe there too. As always, a massive thank you to our dear patrons who make content like this possible. If you'd like to become a supporter and earn early access, there's a link to that in the description. Happy sailing!